What do you take away from your team's play in the second half?
That we won and didn't play very well. And sometimes, you take a win and you keep on moving. We've got a lot of film that we can look at. We didn't handle some things very well. One of those things starts rolling downhill and Matt Cross is slinging them in, and then one's hanging up on the rim and falling in the basket. We didn't handle. Wabisa tried to bounce an inbounds pass instead of getting it under his chin. We know that Miami's going to foul. Some situations that we haven't found ourselves in. A little bit against Clemson, a little bit against Villanova, but that one was kind of back and forth. So 9 games in, and we will learn from it. I love those lessons learned after winning than getting beat.
You forced, I think, 19 turnovers. What did you see from your defense that enabled you to force that many?
Well, they don't shoot it very well without likes. Of course, they come in here and rip 10 made threes home. Cross was 4 for 14 coming in. It's just a game. We did a nice job of shrinking the floor and making it hard on Wong. Thought we did a really nice job. I think he had 3 at the half, so 13 in the second half. We wanted him looking at 6 eyes, the primary defender, and the 2 men defending in the nearest gap. And I thought for the most part we did that. But too many post scores for Miami. It's like they lived in the lane in the second half. Just not pleased with our defense throughout, and to allow them to shoot 53%, get out rebounded 6. They made 10 threes. I mean, fortunate to win, but again, sometimes I've played well and lost. I'd much prefer to play poorly and win the game. We did that.
Thank you.
Mike Barber.
Yeah, Mike, I'm curious with Keve and Justin Mutz. Are you getting what you expected from those guys, or are they maybe outperforming expectations a bit?
Mike, we're 9 games in. Aluma's doing it night in, night out. Mutz was really good tonight. 3 made threes. We missed a couple of really easy shots in the first half that just but are they exceeding expectation? I don't know. I mean, they're good players. What do we get out of that? We get 41 points or somewhere thereabouts and 13 rebounds. They did a better job of handling the ball. We had 6 assists and 1 turnover from our front line. That's been a bit of an issue for us. Keve had good numbers in that regard tonight, 4 assists, 1 turnover. Mutz had 3 turnovers in the second half. So, pretty good night from our front line. Proud of him.
And Justin, he missed a couple of free throws there at the end that would have made this thing a little more comfortable for you. I saw him out afterward taking some extra shots from the free throw line. Is that something he does on his own? Is that something one of you guys coach him to do? Or?
No, I would not recommend a player come back on the floor after a game. A kid just played his tail off, but he's serious about it. He good player that's wants to be a great player and doing a nice job for us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Aaron McFarland.
Hey, Mike. In the first half, you only had 2 turnovers, and I know that's been a bit of a choppy area for you guys this year compared to last year. I guess you mentioned your big men handling the ball well. What else went into that ball security in the first half there?
I don't know, Aaron. I think maybe slowing down a little bit. We can get there's a nice gear for us, and I think that gear is at 3 and 4. And when we get up to 5, we don't handle very well yet. Our decision making isn't very good. Naheem had a terrible turnover in transition to Mutz. He throws the thing at his feet. Now that's a 3 on 2.5, 4 on 3, something like that. Just better decision making. I thought we did a better job with that tonight. I really did.
I guess, did you feel like that was sort of anomaly? Because I mean, you were 5th in the nation in fewest turnovers allowed last year. To be sort of middle of the pack through 8 games this year, you know, like that's going to turn around.
Yeah, I do. I do not. I've got some concerns. That's not one of them. Beatty is as sturdy with it back there. For him to have 2 assists and 3 turnovers tonight is atypical. I mean, his just so comfortable with the ball in his hands and getting us into stuff. 11's not bad. I think our team should be around 8, 9 night in, night out. Better job against Longwood. We were 18-8. That's more like our numbers. It's a big deal to us. It's a big deal to our team. They understand that. And I am certain, Aaron, I'm certain that's going to continue to get better. Those numbers are going to continue to improve.
Thanks, Mike.
Anthony Romano.
Hey, Coach, just looking ahead at Virginia this weekend. Obviously, they're a team that's kind of searching for their identity along the way as well. Rivalry game. What stands out to you about the Cavaliers?
Anthony, I'll be very honest with you. I know their team, but I haven't seen them play a lot yet. We'll go up tonight and we'll watch some. We've got 3 days. Head down there on Friday in preparation for Saturday's game. They've got Notre Dame tomorrow on the road. The old mainstays, Keehee Clark and Jay Huff, and I'm very much aware of the Hauser young man. Walden Tensai's back, but I know Tony well enough to know he's not. There's not a bunch of wholesale changes. I know what we're going to see, and we look forward to the competition.
Jermaine Farrell.
Hey, Coach, congratulations on the victory tonight, sir. I got to ask you, you mentioned something that's interesting. You read, learn, obviously take the win and learn from that. But how much better can games like this help your team and help them improve down the stretch? I mean, you guys are off to a great start, but what do you feel like games like this will help you improve?
They're not all the same. They're different. We're up 17. We're in good shape. We squander some opportunities. We weren't as engaged defensively. A couple of quick shots, a couple of questionable decisions, but it's not going to go according to plan. And to be in different situations, the Villanova experience was good for us. We'll look back on this and, we'll make the necessary adjustments and hope we find ourselves in that situation again. We'll handle it better. I feel certain.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Good to see you.
Good seeing you.
David Teal.
Mike, what was your view of Wong's step back 3?
Oh.
And when he let it go, did you have flashbacks to triple overtime last year at Cal?
I did, David. I did. And, not an excuse. What was the situation? Were we up 2 there? We were up 2. I would probably, if I had to do it over again, we haven't worked on it enough. I would probably have run Keve at him and played 3-on-4 in the back line just to get it out of his hands. And when I saw everybody head to the baseline and Brooks comes up to set a ball screen, he called him off. Just hold your breath. You know what's coming, and he might be the best scorer. Just put the ball in his hands and score as anybody in our league right now. Thought Tyrese did a nice job. He got it contested without fouling. And I exhaled so violently. I thought I was going to collapse there. Thank goodness. Thank goodness, Dave. Missed those 2 fouls and called a break. Sometimes you need to catch a break.
Mike Barber.
Yeah, Mike, one more about Virginia. I'm curious, what that rivalry is like. Do you have any thoughts on what it's going to be like in an mostly empty arena and how that's going to factor into the fire that's usually in that game?
Man, I'll tell you what, Mike, that's a great building. And to be in there last year, I think it's loud. It's hard. I think as a basketball community, we need to look at, those guys, the officiating crew tonight, just exceptional and good men. And they're chirping at me all night about my team sitting down and, not standing up. And I said, fellas, this place is empty. This place is dead. Okay. We got to, stand down with that sort of thing right now. Our first 3 games in here, we weren't very good. The energy level was not what we needed. And here we are, in league play, and we're certainly not embarrassing anyone. We're pulling for our teammates. We've got to generate that kind of emotion from the unit. I'm off topic here, Mike. I'll look forward to being there without 15,000 screaming Cavalier fans. I can assure you that place was a hard place to play last year.
Thank you.
Last question, Mark Berman.
To finish up on UVA, this is a different type of Virginia Tech team than the one you had to play with against the UVA last year. Do you feel like the makeup of this year's team is any more suited to play that UVA pack line defense?
Yeah, I do. Mark, you saw us as much as anybody. We were, we were pretty quick study. It didn't take a basketball person to figure out, they've got to shoot the ball well from 3 and take that away. And we had our struggles. We're not going to offensive rebound. We were 13 of 21, not great, but we made more foul shots than Miami took. That's a big statistic. That is a big deal. And we've done that a number of times now. I think we did it against Clemson in here. Clemson's strong and physical and really tough with Sims and those guys. So I think we can come at you in different ways. Certainly Aluma had a couple of plays tonight now. Mike, I don't alter what my response to your question, but he had a couple of baskets in the second half that just was poised, and he looked like the game was really slow to him, and shot clock winding down in front of our bench, a little 10-foot jump shot. That was a pretty good play. Yes, we're better. How much better, I don't know yet. But we'll know a little bit more here as we move along.